Hi, my name is Robin Wong, and in this video I want to talk about how you can improve your photography without upgrading your gear. Let's do this! This is not the first time I'm talking about this topic. I've made a video discussing on how you can improve your photography without upgrading cameras and lenses before. I'll put the link to the video up here. Please check it out if you have not done so. In that previous video, I talked about how you can slow down your shutter speed to create more dramatic results, how you can take the camera away from your eye level for more interesting perspective, how you can look for more creative composition options, how you can find decisive moment, and more importantly, shooting discipline and how that can improve your photography in general. In this particular video, I'm not going to repeat any of those tips that I've shared in that video. I'm going to share 5 more tips on how you can improve your photography without upgrading gear. Tip number 1. Use one camera and one lens for 1 year. I know this sounds like a stretch, but if you can do it, trust me, the benefits will be worth it. A lot of people see the imperfections of the camera too soon. They'll think that, oh, the camera is not good enough, the high ISO noise is too much, there's not enough dynamic range and not enough resolution to work with. All they care about is that the camera is not good enough for them. But you know what? How good your photographs are have nothing to do with how good the camera is. The camera is just a tool. If you really want to improve your photography, you have to improve yourself first. And the first step to do that is to understand your camera inside out. You have to give yourself time to really know the camera, to use it enough, to fully maximize its potential, use its strengths, and work around the weaknesses to really push the boundaries and get the best of the best from the camera as a photographer. You can't just say, oh, the camera is not good enough, give it up, upgrade to another better camera, still not good enough, change system. The cycle is endless. Then you'll never be happy, you'll never love your camera, you'll never like what you are using. How then can you enjoy photography and really improve? Spend some time with the camera, give it a year, love the camera, use it every single day. Then you will see, hey, it is not the camera, you have to work on yourself to be a better photographer. Why one lens? Now, if you take away the equation of focal length, now you know sometimes when we shoot, we'll think, oh, which focal length works the best? Is it a 50mm, is it 85mm, or do I need a wide angle for this particular shot? That is a very dangerous decision to make. If you take that away, if you're stuck with one particular focal length, doesn't matter what focal length it is, you will think about how you can use that focal length to get the best shot possible. It simplifies everything. So you can focus more on the core of photography, you can focus on composition, the subject content, the message that you're trying to tell, what you're doing with that particular lens, rather than thinking, what lens should I use? Having just one lens also allows you to really know that particular focal length and really know how to use it to the best possible way to get the best shot for your own photography, whatever photography that you do. I think 1 year is just the right time to get the good enough shots. You might take 3 months or 6 months to really know the camera and lens to get used to this setup. But once you get there, then the remaining time of the year, maybe 6 months or more, you will really focus on getting the shots. Now, I have a friend who has done this before. His name is Dimatis. He's based in Finland. I'll put a link to his video up here. Check it out. He has talked about how it benefits him by staying with just one camera and one lens for 1 year and get the shots that he really liked. Unfortunately, I cannot do this now. I am a professional photographer. People pay me to take photographs, so I have to use whatever lenses in my arsenal to get the job done. If I need to use a macro lens, I have to use a macro lens. If I need to use a wide angle lens for that wide coverage, I will have to use the wide angle lens. Maybe one day when I don't shoot professionally anymore, when I don't shoot for clients, I just do personal projects, I will stay with one camera and one lens, and my choice will be the Olympus EM5 Mark III and the Olympus 25 f1.2 Pro. Tip number 2, start a mini project. Doing a photography project will definitely improve your photography game. I've talked about doing a mini project before. I'll put the link to the video up here. To summarize that video, doing a project will give you a sense of purpose. Every time you go out to shoot, you have a mental focus. You'll find photographs that fit into the theme or the project that you are doing. Having a series in mind, say a series of photographs of 10 or 15, will narrow down what you're trying to do. You're not just going to come up with thousands and thousands of photographs. You'll be more particular in looking for what exactly that you want to shoot. Having that focus is very important. Having that purpose of knowing what to do is also very important. Rather than just going out and take any photographs, you come up with thousands of photographs and all the photographs have nothing to do with each other. It is just total randomness. Now, after you have that pile of photographs, the next step is curation. Curation is very important. Knowing how to curate your photographs separates you from the other photographers. You know how to hide the bad photographs. You know how to find the photographs that fit into the series that you're trying to present. Another advantage of doing a mini project is that each project will have a start and an end. It is a full cycle. It is a process. Having an end point is important because you don't just take more and more photographs for no reason. Once you've done that project, it can be a continuation, a part two. You can start a new project. It is entirely up to you. Having an endpoint means that you have finished a project, you have accomplished something. That particular conclusion is important for you as a photographer to evaluate yourself, to see your progress, and to decide where you want to go next. Tip number 3. Disable the live view exposure simulation. Most mirrorless cameras today, they are so easy to use. It is so convenient because we have what you see is what you get. As we compose through the electronic viewfinder or the live view screen, we already see the result even before we press the shutter button. Any changes to the camera settings, aperture, shutter speed or ISO, you will see the changes reflected live, simulated on the screen itself. Now, as a photographer, I think that it's very important for us to truly understand how the camera works. We have to understand the basics. There is no shortcut. You cannot skip the fundamentals. You really must understand how the aperture, or what the aperture is, or what the shutter speed is, or what the ISO is, and how they all interact with each other. And trust me, if you truly can understand and truly master all these settings, you can do almost anything with your camera. It is as important as that. So one way to truly test yourself and to challenge yourself is to disable the help from the camera, disable the live view exposure simulation. Then you can truly see whether you can control the camera manually without any problem. Give this a try. I think this will be one way to really push yourself to be a better photographer. Tip number 4, don't chimp. The word chimp came from chimpanzees, and chimpanzees, when they come together and they really like something, they go, ooh, ah. Basically, chimping in photography means after you've taken a shot, you look at a photograph and you wow at it. You wow at every single photograph that you've taken. It is a very bad habit. I've seen a lot of photographers doing this. During photo walks to take a photograph, they actually spend more time looking at the camera screen, reviewing the shots, than they actually do in shooting actual images. While you're in the field, while you're actually shooting, you should be focusing on getting more shots or looking at the next opportunity rather than looking at the shots that you have taken. And worse, some of them, after they looked at the shots, they ask their friends, come look. Then everyone came together and looked at the shots and they all go, wow, ooh, ah. You can do that after the shooting session. While you are shooting, always open your eyes, open your heart, open your mind to possible opportunities. If you have taken a shot, that's great. Now, I would propose a hardcore challenge. Turn off the LCD screen. If you have a flip screen, flip it around so that you don't see the screen. If you shoot through the viewfinder, disable the instant playback. Only check your shots after every 10 or 20 shots, just in case you want to make sure that photographs are saved properly into the memory card, all the settings are okay, you didn't screw up with camera picture settings or anything, just to make sure. But don't chimp after every single shot. It is counterproductive. It will not help you as a photographer. It will not improve what you're doing. And trust me, you got the shot. You have to trust the camera, and more importantly, you have to trust yourself. Learn to trust yourself. And finally, tip number 5, print your photographs. I've made a video very recently about making a photo book and how that can improve you as a photographer. I'll put the link to the video up here. I'm not sure if I can still put any more links. If I can't, then it'll be in the description or in the pinned comment below. Printing a photograph is very important. It is the end point of a photography process or workflow. Having a physical print will really help you to appreciate photography a little bit better, and the whole process of printing or making a photo book will help you to understand yourself better, to see your own photography process, and during the process of selecting photographs into the book, you will also be curating your photographs. We talk about this in point number 2 on doing a mini project. Curation will help you to become a better photographer. Having that book, having that print will help you to show off your photographs to other photographers in a better medium. Print is superior. Trust me, all you have to do is start printing your images. It doesn't matter what kind of print that you're doing. It can be a small print, it can be a large photograph that you want to hang up in your living room wall. It doesn't really matter, but I highly encourage to do a mini photo book. That is an easy way and it's not expensive. It's very easy to do as well. That's all I have to share about the 5 additional tips or ways or challenges or ideas that you can do to improve your photography game. Do you agree with my sharing, or do you have anything else to add? I would love to hear from you. Leave them in the comments below. If you found my sharing useful to you, please consider buying me a cup of coffee, or you can contribute directly to my PayPal. Links in the description below on how you can do that. Any small contribution goes a long way and will help me to continue making similar videos and publish them right here. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I'll definitely see you again in the next one. Until then, please stay safe, go out to take more photographs if you can. Bye-bye.